Good morning, second graders. Today we are on page 273, and our objective is today I will identify shapes and their specific attributes, including cubes. This is our new word that we're going to be talking about, because we've been talking about shapes for quite some time, but today we're going to have a new shape called cubes. So let's look at our vocabulary. And our first word is a plane shape that we've talked about. It's a closed two-dimensional shape that can be drawn on a flat surface. So for plane, we remember closed and flat. Okay, here's a new word. I'm going to put a star here. This is a solid shape. It's a three-dimensional shape that has height, width, and length. A solid shape is what we call three-dimensional. That means it's not flat. So I'm going to show you a cube. Okay, so when they say that it has height, it's tall. You can see it stands off the page. So this is called a cube, which is our next word. This is a solid shape. Another solid shape could be like any style of box. Sometimes we call those like rectangular prisms. There could be pyramids, but it's something that has it's not flat. So when you think of solid shape, think not flat. Okay. Our next word, which is also new, is a cube, and this is an example of a cube. It's a solid shape made of 6 equal square faces. Okay, so let's look at what these faces are, as they give us our definition. So a face is any flat surface of a solid shape. Flat. So, okay, if we think about this cube, it says here, a cube has 6 equal faces. How does it have 6 equal faces? Well, let's think about this, boys and girls. There's a top, there's a bottom, there's a face right here, there's a face right here, and right here. So there's 4 around because 1, 2, 3, 4 around, and then there's the top and the bottom. So those are called 6 faces, and they're all flat, like I could rest it on them. Okay, our next one is called an edge, and it says the line segment formed where 2 faces meet. So look at what the edge is. So here's a face and here's a face. This is called my edge, where they come together. So this is called the edge right here, where they come together. So here's an edge. Here would be another edge. Another edge, another edge, and then here there's an edge, an edge, an edge, and an edge. Okay, so this one actually, if we think about how many edges there are, there's 1 here, 2, 3, 4, and there's those same 4 on the bottom, and then there's 4 along the side. So this has 12 edges, 12 edges. And if you have like a die at home, which is like a dice, you could try and see if you could count all the edges. Okay, our next word is vertex. Any point at which 2 or more sides meet to form a corner. So we were saying before our vertexes were our points. We really can feel our points here. So we can really feel our points. Okay, so this one has 8 vertex, which we call them vertices when it's plural. So it says 8 vertices. Those are vertex, but the plural word, more than one. So there's, on top we could fill these 4 points, and then if I flip it over, there's 4 points also. Okay, so this is what we know about a cube. Okay, all right, I'm gonna get started on mine, and here's my first problem. And my first problem says, is a cube a plane shape or a solid shape? How do you know? Okay, so this is a picture of a cube that they're showing me. So they're showing me one of these. They want to know if it's a plane shape or a solid shape. Well, what do I know about a plane shape? I know a plane shape is closed This looks closed, but I also know a plane shape is flat. So I'm going to say it's a solid shape. So how could I write that? I could say a cube is a solid shape because it is not flat. It is what we call three-dimensional. And three-dimensional really just means not flat. Okay, what could we look at our next question now? This says, what are the attributes of a cube? So what makes a cube a cube? Well, I have one in front of me, so what do I know? So we could say a cube has, how many sides does it? I'm sorry, how many faces does it have? We said it has six equal faces. And these are the flat parts. It has 6 of those. How many edges did we say it has? It has 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom, and then 4 around the side. So 4, 4, and 4 would be 12. Has 12 edges. And how many points did we say? How many, it's a vertex, or more than one's called vertices. There's 4 here, and then there's 4 on the bottom. So it has, and 8 vertices. That's what I know about the cube. Those are its attributes. Okay, let's do some of these together. Here is our first problem. It says, how many edges does a cube have? How many edges? So an edge is where the faces came together. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4 on top. We can't see the bottom, but it has 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom, and then it has 1, 2, 3, 4 on the side. So a cube has 12 edges. Has 12 edges. Okay, let's look at our next question. How many faces does a cube have? A face is the flat. Sometimes we think of a side. So let's think of this. We have a top, we have a bottom, and then we have this one on the side, this one on the side, this one on the side, and this one on the side. So that would give us 6 faces. Okay, friends, have a wonderful day. Try and see if in your house you can find a cube that you can actually hold and play with. And again, my suggestion was a die, which is a dice, like that you roll, okay, that have the little dots on them that you might play a game with, like Yahtzee. So see if you can find a die, we call them a die or a dice, at home, and see if you can actually feel all of the parts. All right, have a wonderful day, second graders. Goodbye.